All right, we had a question coming on the Vancouver Ford text line. I've seen this pop up a few times in a few places. The momentum has seemed to slow to a halt, but in conversations between the Lakers and the Portland Trail Blazers. But this question says, do you think there's anything Joe Cronin would take instead of 2 firsts for Jerami Grant? Maybe 20-25 second pick swaps, Austin Reeves, etc.?
No, because Austin Reeves isn't available. Number 2, pick swaps don't do them any good. Number 3, the Blazers have 3 guards right now that they need to prioritize.
Yeah. It is 2 firsts or pound sand.
Yeah, that's
Lakers.
Basically what it seems like. Cleveland is a team that maybe I could see them taking 1 first from in a aggregated deal. It would be a sign and trade with a Okoro, Karis LeVert, and Cleveland's 2031 first. It's basically the only first they have left.
And there's also an issue at play here with, in this texture isn't alluding to this, but there's other people that are out there saying, hey, well, why don't they take 2 players for 1 in some of these deals? Second apron doesn't allow teams to, and LeBron taking that $3 million haircut on his salary avoided the second apron.
By $45,000.
So the Lakers can trade 2 players out for 1 coming in, but for those teams that are in the second apron, they don't have the ability to do that anymore.
No,
you can't go 2 for 1.
No, they can't aggregate players, and the Lakers can do that technically, and this move would put them into the second apron.
But there aren't 2 players that the Blazers would want.
No, I mean the one player that you're looking at really there is Rui Hachimura, and even then it's like entirely fine.
Entirely fine. That's an entirely fine deal that the Blazers
He's a stopgap power forward that you're like, okay, I can work with that.
Yeah, I would say right now as it pertains to Portland, we're just kind of in a wait and see game, and it doesn't feel as if there's any rush for the Blazers to make any move right now, because why would you? Wait till other teams become desperate because Portland isn't right now, because as of right now, nobody's requesting a trade out of town. This is totally different than the Damian Lillard thing last summer, where Dame asked for a trade. He wanted out. Now, this could change if any of these guys do come to the table and tell Joe Cronin and the Blazers brass, like, hey, I want out. I want to be moved. But as of right now, it's quiet on that front.
Yeah, and asking around and talking to folks, I don't think Jerami Grant is pushing any buttons yet. That day could come where he looks at it and says, I want to go to a place where things are being more competitive, but that day isn't here yet.
Not quite.
It's not here yet.
Well, do we see it coming? What is your gut feeling on it? Like, I
feel like they get. Yeah. I mean, the trades are always more unlikely to occur than they are likely. For those, everybody wants to know trade. Mm-hmm. They're just there's nothing to spur that action right now. Like LeBron James, if you've seen him in his interviews, he got his contract. His kid got paid, got guaranteed money. He's playing for Team USA right now. He's not out there saying, no, the Lakers are, we're going to do our best to compete for titles. No, he's like, we'll go out there, we'll do our best. Like he's not putting his thumb on the scale. So if he's not putting his thumb on the scale, that makes me feel like that Pelinka is not feeling that pressure.
Oh, for those that don't know too, by the way, second apron is in the luxury tax, it's the hard cap of the NBA.
Essentially, yes.
Where you can't go over. There's the first apron, which still allows you some malleability, and you're in the luxury tax, but it's not the highest. The second apron is the highest that you can go, and it is very punitive this year, where you can lose if you're in the second apron for multiple years. You lose draft picks, and you don't lose them. You get shoved down to the very bottom of the draft, no matter where you are, and you also will have financially, it becomes, it's not worthwhile to be at the hard cap for more than 1 year in the current NBA. So there you go. That's what the second apron is. It's the highest of the luxury tax, and teams are trying to avoid it like the plague. But I still think there's 4? Are there 4 teams that are in the second apron right now?
No, there's more than that.
There is?
Yeah, there's more than that. Bobby Marks had it up the other day. But there's a ton in the first, and I think there's 6 or 7 in the second apron.
Yikes. That's not good at all.
No.
But Blazers don't have to worry about that. They don't have to worry about being in that second apron right now, because it is way far out there for the hometown team.